Hello everyone and welcome to Cyprus. In this video we are exploring some amazing abandoned places that you can find hidden on this beautiful island in the Mediterranean Sea. These places have been left to decay for decades and they are full of amazing stories. So join me as I take you on a journey through these forgotten locations and uncover their secrets. So let's begin right in the centre of Cyprus, close to the city of Nicosia, and quite literally in the middle of nowhere.
It should be somewhere around here, right? This looks like some of it. I don't know how big it is. We'll find somewhere to park. Go have a closer look, eh?
Yeah, we'll do that.
So we've just arrived at some of the remains of the village. We're just heading into them now to get a closer look.
Oh, this is impressive.
Yeah.
So we're currently in the ruins of Agios Nikolaos, which is a church that dates back to the Latin period, somewhere between the 14th and 16th centuries. But yeah, it's a very iconic kind of centre point of the remains of this village.
This one looks very cool. Surprised it's still standing.
Yeah. It was made out of timber and mud, and they put plaster on it, and now the plaster is not there anymore. And now it's just mud.
I can still see the brick. I'm so confused as to how they can stay standing. How can it support this?
It had the plaster. And also it's not just mud, it's straw as well, so...
I guess it's a little bit crumbly, you can see it's uneven at the top.
The remains you can see behind me are the remains of the old school. So well preserved. I guess because this one is a brick.
The timber frames for the windows, they're still remaining. Or at least on that side you can see the frame for the window.
So I think this village is very much unknown. I mean, there's pretty much nobody here. And I guess that's probably because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere and being so close to the Green Line as well. It sort of, really feels like it's out in the sticks, as they say. But there's so much history here and the buildings are so well preserved, you can almost imagine just what it would have been like to be living here when this village was in its prime. So we're heading right to the top of Cyprus now, into the Troodos Mountains, and we actually discovered this location completely by accident whilst hiking the Artemis Trail, which is the trail that loops around Mount Olympus, which is the tallest mountain in Cyprus. And off in the distance we spotted what looked like an old abandoned mansion, so we just couldn't resist and we went to have a closer look.
So you park up here, and then I guess we just walk straight. We'll try to find it. It's just up there. Just we gotta get to it. You just go the straight route. It's a big house. Is that all copper, you reckon?
Yes,
Or
I assume so.
Yeah.
Cyprus has a lot of copper, and cool fact, the Romans used to provide their copper from Cyprus, and actually I think the name Cyprus comes from copper because
Kyprum, the
yeah.
Latin.
Yeah.
Is this some of the remnants of Cyprus snow?
Yeah, it snowed yesterday.
Oh, it did.
Well, not yesterday, when we had the storm, it snowed.
Snow in Cyprus in May.
Yeah,
How mad.
I know.
So it's such a shame that an incredible, I guess, mansion like this would be just left abandoned. I mean, the views from here are spectacular, but there are quite a lot of abandoned places like this in Cyprus, especially around the Troodos Mountains. I mean, this house is still so remarkably intact. I mean, the brickwork alone is impressive. So today this building has actually been a little bit specially restored to be a refuge for bats, which is an amazing use for an old abandoned house. But it's also a very great thing because natural caves are actually extremely rare in Cyprus, which obviously bats would prefer. So there we go, they got a nice fancy mansion house. So that's why we're not going to enter the building, as don't want to disturb the bats, but you can see inside it from many kind of open windows. So for our final stop, we are heading over into the mountains that overlook Limassol to one of the most surreal abandoned spots that we have found in Cyprus. Try to find this church, yeah?
Yep, let's go.
Let's go. So right now we are searching for a half-sunken church. Sometimes it's sunken, sometimes it isn't, depending on the level of the water in this reservoir. So yeah, let's try and find it and see what we see. There it is.
Yep, that wasn't hard to find.
That wasn't, no.
No.
Nice and easy, yeah? So here we are, eh?
Yeah,
Inside.
here we are.
It's pretty spectacular, to be honest. It's the views certainly help. So, this church that you can find on the shores of this, which is Kouri Lake, which is actually the largest artificial lake in Cyprus, which itself I think just adds to the view and the feel that you get when exploring this church even more. Now, this church didn't actually stand alone because the entire village of Alassa was once here. This village dates back to the 17th century and it was inhabited up until 1968, when it was decided that a dam would be built to dam up 3 rivers in the area, and unfortunately this village was right in the firing line of the rising waters of this newly dammed up area. So the villagers were moved a little up the hill, which the village of Alassa still stands today, but this is where it did stand. And in fact there is the new church that we passed on the way. But yeah, I mean there is only a small amount standing today, but you can still imagine how this village would have been in its prime, and I would be so intrigued to know just how much is also under the level of this water and has been sunken. And so that summarizes the video. Thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more from Cyprus, please consider subscribing and also clicking my full Cyprus playlist, which you can see here. So yes, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.